Hello and welcome to another enthralling edition of Trendz Travel. Today we find ourselves at the fabulous Diamond Walk. We'll bring you all things luxurious and fabulous. And speaking of which, we take you to the Corona Suns, which is a 3-day festival that celebrates food, music and art, right there in Durban.
It's right in the middle of spring, and many in KwaZulu-Natal came here to enjoy food, drinks and music as they watch the sun setting in Shongweni near Hillcrest.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the night. I'm here for Sanel music specifically. I saw Mikasa as well, it's one of my favorites, so I'm looking forward to having lots of fun there.
I came here because I saw videos on YouTube. And I wanted to come experience it, and the beer is not such a bad beer. It's my first time drinking the beer and I like it.
Those that have food stalls here say they need to think about what crowds want at such events.
Event specific, I sort of know what the guys like. So for today, I did my fully loaded fries, bacon and cheese fully loaded fries. I did my pulled pork fully loaded fries, foot-long force roll, grilled onions, foot-long cheesy Russian roll, grilled onions. It's just like what the guys want, you know. Especially if they had a few drinks there, something to help fill the stomach, you know.
Corona Sunsets took place over 3 days, starting with beach experiences in Durban, with the festival ending here at the Shongweni Polo Club.
Today is not a concert, today is a festival. And the important thing is that it's about realizing yourself and realizing good quality music, good food with Corona and friends, and really making sure people have memorable moments.
Shared experiences over food and drinks can also come in unusual ways, like this impromptu drumming. Normally I have more rhythm than this. The djembe drum comes from West Africa, Mali to be specific. You sit around a fire in a group and you play it together. That's the whole concept of it. And African Drum Shack is trying to bring this to this particular event. I'm joining them as we're going to be drumming together.
Past, the rhythm's going to catch them and they may just want to sit down. They may have never drummed before. They may just want to hit a drum and see what it sounds like, and once that happens, you know, the connection's there.
Then the big bag is a concert with some of the biggest names on stage. So it's day 3 of Corona Sunsets. The sun is setting in Hillcrest in KwaZulu-Natal, and Sanel musician has the crowd eating out of his hands, literally, as he plays on the decks. All right, Kim, clearly it's your song that's playing.
Yes, it's Sanel music. You're doing I'm trying to do
It's a Corona Sunset, the sun is setting.
Yes.
Are you having a good time? What have you
I
done?
am. Ever since I got here, the drinks are so nice and cold. The food is amazing. The music, oh my goodness, it's amazing. The vibe, the people are looking good. So I'm so happy. I'm happy.
All right, Kim is enjoying the vibe and the music and the food. Talk about everything to do with Corona Sunsets as the sun is setting. Sunset Corona is giving us a start to what will be a warm season. As we head into summer, we will be sharing many experiences that take us from daytime to sunset and well into the evening.
Now we've just come out of Heritage Month, but we at Trendz Travel love celebrating our heritage and our origins, and what better place to do that than in Mpumalanga at the Stone Circle Ruins.
So this is normally where we start our tours, because from this vantage point we can see 3 beautiful ruins and also give the people the idea of how large this whole area is and how many ruins there are. Keep in mind that we are in the most dense concentration of ancient ruins on Earth.
In the whole wide world.
In the world, anywhere in the world. There are more ruins in this part of the world than anywhere else in the world. This is really important for South Africans to take cognizance of this and realize how incredible the cultural heritage is. Everywhere around here are stone circles, ancient ruins. Often you can't see them because they lie scattered across the mountains, farmland. Many of them have been destroyed by town development, mostly forestry. Forestry has caused probably the most damage of all industries to the ancient ruins and civilizations of southern Africa. There's overwhelming evidence that the Dravidians, that were known as the Makomati people, were here mining gold, trading with gold, basically gold miners and gold merchants, up to 3,000 years ago. And that's spectacular. None of our history books carry any of this information. And yet our towns and rivers like Komati Poort and Komati River carry those names of the Makomati people, the Dravidians from southern India and Sri Lanka. This ruin here is a very distinct Dravidian symbol of fertility. So it seems to me that these ruins here have the very distinct fingerprints of the Dravidians being active in southern Africa and especially this part of the world. We don't know who built these structures. The original structures that we have no signs of doors and entrances. We have to exclude that the fact that these were built as dwellings for either people or animals. And that's exactly what my discovery is as well, or my research finds that the original structures have no doors and entrances. And in fact, they connected to each other by these what I call channels. They're like two rows of walls, two walls running from stone circle to stone circle, and they have no doors and entrances. And that's just spectacular. So we're not dealing with dwellings for people or animals, we're dealing with something very different. Welcome to the stone circles of South Africa, and welcome to this specific ruin, the Blobosh Kraal ruin as we call it, which is one of the best examples of a well-kept and maintained stone circle. It's about 110 meters in circumference. There are probably about 2 million stones in here, and it is truly a spectacular example of our ancient cultural heritage here. And as we mentioned earlier, the stone circles emit very powerful frequencies, magnetic fields and electromagnetic fields. In fact, every stone circle is actually an energy generating device. Every stone circle is a representation of the sound frequency coming out of the earth at that specific place. It's called a cymatic pattern. So one of the important discoveries in 2007 was that the stones that make up the walls have very strong acoustic properties, and they should, because they amplify the frequencies of the earth, right? And that's when I discovered what I call the ringing stones, or the stones that ring like bells. And not only here, but also in the museum that I'll show you, but here in the walls.
Do this one again, I like this one.
So this really, when I discovered the fact that these stones ring like bells, it changed my thinking about what these stone structures were. And because I study sound and I understand sound, cymatics and all that stuff, I went, oh my goodness, this has got nothing to do with dwellings for people or cows. This has got to do with sound and generating energy out of sound.
Taking a walk with Michael through the stone ruins, one does feel the energy he speaks of. But more than that, you feel the thousands of years of history still alive beneath your feet. We will be back with more of Trendz Travel right after this very short break, where we have a great surprise for you in the form of a competition. So if you love all things theatre, stay tuned. Now, if like me, you're a 1980s baby, then you are obviously a Tom Cruise fan. Now, if you're a Tom Cruise fan, then you'll know all about the movie Rock of Ages. It has been brought to life again with a musical that is currently showing at the Monte Casino Theatre.
Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your voice. We'll get wild, 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 wild. Woohoo!
Rock of Ages is a love story set in LA on the Sunset Strip, mid to late 80s. So it's a love story and a few other stories interwoven with 80s anthems from REO Speedwagon, to Twisted Sister, Bon Jovi, Poison, Def Leppard, all the songs that if you're pre-80s, all the songs your parents liked, and if you're 80s like me or post 80s, then all the songs we loved. I played Dennis Dupree. He's the owner of the Bourbon Room, which is it's actually a real club. It's one of the places where rock kind of took off in the 80s. Big rock bands played there, and he's trying to keep the Bourbon Room open and the Bourbon Room pumping. And due to outside forces and people coming in, they're trying to close it down. And they see that as sort of closing down the symbol of rock. So he's like anti that, and he's this hardcore rocker that's going to do whatever it takes to keep it open.
Got a girl with legs so long, wrapped around me in the back of her daddy's station wagon, and she's got a killer rack.
We've got Josh Ansley, who's playing our young lead, our young male lead. People will know him from The Voice. Fantastic rock singer. He's got a real freak high voice, which is exactly what is needed to sing the kind of Journey, Steve Perry stuff, John Bon Jovi stuff, which he does with such ease. We've got a young lady called Jessica Driver, who's an up-and-coming star. We're going to see a lot more of her.
I love you.
What?
It's
And then having Sito playing Stacey Jacks, which is the role Tom Cruise played in the movie, is a real coup.
The producers gave me a call and they asked me if I would be interested in doing the role of Stacey Jacks, and I jumped at the idea. I haven't done theatre for a while. I haven't done theatre since 2011 when I did Jesus Christ Superstar, and so I've been craving to get back onto the musical theatre stage.
When asked if he was channeling himself in preparation for this role, this was his response.
A little bit. I think my younger self, definitely. You know, those days of dreaming in front of a mirror while you're playing your broom or whatever. There's lots of that. And yeah, just going places where you wouldn't normally go because you might take yourself a little bit more seriously doing your original rock stuff, you know.
Now, if you love that and you'd love to see the musical, well then we'd love to hear from you. Hit us up on Instagram or on Twitter, that's on Trendz on SABC, using the hashtag Rock of Ages, and you might be one of the lucky few to get a set of double tickets. Guys, it's only 3 months until 2020, so most, if not all of us, are already feeling the year-end tiredness, and Puleng takes us on a massage where we can rejuvenate.
It's the season to show more skin, drink plenty of fluids, and glow up. But how to maintain the glow up is what many struggle with. Today, I explored the benefits of a good facial.
So, Mary, tell me, with this facial for
Yes.
sensitive skin, what did you start with?
Okay, I started doing a pre-cleanse to remove your makeup, which I use a cleanser, and then I cleanse twice, and I use a toner for very sensitive skin, which is low on pH.
Yes. Okay. So now you're playing something as we speak. What is that?
So I'm applying a mask for you because since your skin is more onto a sensitive skin, so we're not applying anything for exfoliation or a toner that's gonna harm your skin.
What's the mask for?
The mask is for sensitive skin and then also to help you on your impurities, not to be too blocked. Yes.
Okay. So with a skin like mine, you said that we needed to unblock the pores.
Yes.
I always see my pores though when I look in the mirror. How are they blocked?
They're blocked because remember you don't steam, number one. Number two, you don't exfoliate, and then it's all the impurities from your makeup. Because sometimes we ladies intend not to wash our face, but only to wipe them with a wiper and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. What's the average time for a good facial? Can I do a facial within 5 minutes?
You can do a facial in 45 minutes. A good one, yes.
Okay. And then these already pre-mixed or already ready-made facials, how effective are they?
I won't say they are effective. It depending on the product range that you're using at home. Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going into hot weathers. It's already hot right now. How important is it that we do regular facials or facial treatments?
Facial, I normally recommend clients to do facial every 3 weeks because we have changed a climate to summer, spring, autumn, and then we intend to be dry, oily, shiny. Yes.
Thank you, Mary. So I've never done a facial before. It feels like there's a fan constantly on my face, but also like I feel lighter on the face. You feel like you just had something removed from your face. And for people that have never seen me with no makeup on, it's the first and the last time, okay? But it was worth it. It was really worth it. I really, really enjoyed this. I'm dying to find out what I look like. So when they post hashtag no filter, no makeup, this is hashtag no filter, no makeup. Cheers, darling. A good facial goes perfectly with a good rub down. So a massage comes highly recommended here.
Now do remember, if you'd like to win a set of double tickets to see the hit musical Rock of Ages, then hit us up on Twitter or on Instagram using the hashtag Rock of Ages and share with us your favorite 1980s song.
Taking their jobs away. The truth of the matter is that artificial intelligence does a lot of things faster and better than humans.
That machine didn't make itself, it was made by a human being. So which means us as human beings, we need to think more on the skills which we have.
I feel like ultimately it'll increase productivity and efficiency of things.
There's a lot of apprehension from the staff. The staff is really worried, what's going to happen, am I going to lose my job? Is machines going to take over the world? The reality of the matter is though that the future is a blend of humans.
I don't like the sound of it too much. The fourth industrial,
On Network every Sunday at 8:30 p.m.
Yes, we are all about travel, and this time Nadia takes us to Coffee Bay, situated on the Wild Coast in the Eastern Cape.
South Africa, a beautiful country with rolling hills, flatlands and the ocean. Traveling across South Africa is one of life's greatest pleasures. With so much diversity in structures, cultures and environment, you simply can't get enough. Driving through the rural Eastern Cape was a marvel. Everyone is going on about their business at a relaxed pace. At the end of a long winding road, you get to Coffee Bay, a small town in the Wild Coast with backpackers accommodation. Coffee Bay is known for the hole in the wall and the boiling water point. Of course, I couldn't resist a selfie. These two spots are one of nature's greatest wonders in the whole wide world. Well, you know, as Trendz travel, we travel far and wide to find you hidden gems. Today we find ourselves in absolutely stunning Coffee Bay in the Eastern Cape. But we're not just here for the breathtaking views, but some cultural tourism too. Let's go. We sat down and enjoyed some indigenous games like stick fighting that is still practiced by the young and the old. A beautiful celebration by different Xhosa clans from all over the Eastern Cape.
Mhla ndacinga okokuqala ndacinga ngemoya lapha eCoffee Bay engentlanga kubantwana bethu. Ndacinga uba mhlazimbi xa kungakho into enje kungakho imfundiso kubantwana bethu abakhulayo, ngakumbi xa kucingwa ngezinto zethu, amasiko nezithethe. Usazana ndonwabe kakhulu xa ndibona abantwana bezizwe ngezizwe bexhentsa imixhenzo yabo ngokwezizwe ezahlukeneyo. Ndiziva ndonwabe kakhulu.
So we just saw these ladies doing a beautiful dance on stage. Molweni bethu nani?
Ewe molweni sisi.
Ninjani, ningabaphi?
Sisuka eNgquza district, eNgquza municipality. Phansi kwe-OR Tambo district municipality. INgquza ke uyawukhumbula uba yile yabanesiganeko ngo-1960 apho amampondo amatshayo esithi kurhulumente ubandlululo phantsi ngamabhasi.
So ithini igama legroup yenu?
Ikhwezi laseNgquza.
Ndicela nicacisele ke mama ngesinxibo esi senu.
Ewe, isinxibo esi sisinxibileyo sisinxibo sabafazi bamampondo bahomba ngolu hlobo.
Different cultural groups came to showcase their dancing skills and of course their outfits.
Uluzabona traditional group yasenqeleni emampondomiseni lali kulapho siphuma khona thina sisithu uzabona igroup yolutsha eyenza imfene.
Okay. Lento niyenzayo niyifundisa ngubani, niyazelaphi?
Hey, siyifunde kobhuti bethu abadala ababehlala eGoli ababashiphayo bahlala pha xa bebuya babuya sebesenzisa imfene. So sabona lento uba hey, njengoba singasebenzi singathi sisuke ezilalini lento singathatha senze ngayo umsebenzi futhi. So sathatha senze umsebenzi.
And that's all we have here in this week's edition of Trendz Travel. Do remember that we are giving away those set of double tickets to the musical Rock of Ages. So hit us up on Twitter or on Instagram. Share with us your favorite 1980s song and you could be our lucky winner. We'd love to see you again next week, same time, same place.